So here's what I'm going to do to get started. Oh, okay, good. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. Hi. It's been a long time. And you know what? It's been just as long since I painted. So it's really weird. It's been a weird summer. A lot of things going on. And just life, my husband lost one of his closest friends yesterday. And so we're trying to move forward from that, and just a lot going on. But we're going to be at 300 members, maybe today, if we're not already. I don't know if we are or not. See if my moderators know. But we're supposed to be at 300 members right about now. So I have my little, um, I have my little thingies. Vacation's coming up really soon. So many. I may be able to pop on and say hello, but I'll be out of the country. So, so that's going to be the scoop on that. Close to 300. Okay. I think we only have like maybe one or two more people. Thank you. Thank you. So anywho, the next project I have is Monday, which is a collaboration I have going on with Esther. And so if you can find us next week, which will be Monday through Saturday, I'm going to hop on and do a collab, and it's going to run into Esther's, and our theme is going to be fall. And so if you guys could join us for that and paint along when you get a notification. I kind of wrecked the little setup I had here for that because I had to bring this over. So so just look for us. Just look for your notifications. Yeah, I plan on taking a lot of pictures. I'm kind of a picture nut. I don't have the really good cameras, but I take tons of pictures. So so we'll let you know. All right. All right. So let's see what else. I have some happy mail before we get started. Happy mail from Tina. Tina, you're going to be getting happy mail back from me because Tina has been following along from early on, almost the beginning. She has been following along. I believe she started painting with us for the first time she painted. I believe, I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. And she's come so far. I mean, her painting has gotten so good, and she's painted most of my tutorials on the channel, and she does almost all of the paint parties. So so I'm gonna send her a little appreciation happy mail. Yeah. It's about time. I've been thinking about you before, and it's about time. So I'm gonna open this up again from Tina. She's so sweet. All of you guys are sweet and kind. It's just that Tina has really tried to keep my spirits up. It's like she knows. It's like she knows I need that. Ah, it's an ATC card. I think the envelope kind of stuck to it a little bit. Oh, so pretty. Oh, it's a postcard. This reminds me of one of my paintings. It really does. But you probably know that. Oh, it is ATC card. Oh, how nice. Okay, so here's the front of it. It reminds me of one of my paintings. Oh, I'll hold it this way with the tulips. You guys, you'll see that if you look for the if you look for. I think it's on my channel. I'm not sure. And this is a beach scene. Very pretty. Oh, very nice. Thank you so much. Let me see if I could bring it closer. Oh, all right, there it is. And there's tulips on the bottom, and then there's the beach scene, and then there's our little logo. Well, the purple. So thank you so much. Very pretty, very pretty. I did give out my post office box. However, I haven't been able to pick up the mail. Well, I went to the post office box, but I got the card in there that says that they have something for me. They're holding something for me. So there might be something that didn't fit or whatever. And you guys are the only ones that have that address. So whoever sent something, I'm gonna get it. I don't have it yet. I have to wait till the post office is actually open, which tends to be not when I go. So, but I'm gonna go there very soon, probably Monday. Okay. So that was very sweet. Oh, you want me to show it again? Sorry. Okay, let me see. This is the outside of the card. Okay, let's see. Doo-doo-doo-dee-doo. That's the outside of the card. Okay. And this is the top part of the card. Just do it in a way that you could see it. It's very pretty. See the beach scene? Very pretty. And then this is the bottom half of the card where she wrote a note and she put tulips on there. Really good at those tulips. So that was all very sweet. She says, Angela, she says, for all you do, love Tina, 817. So thank you very much. Very sweet. All right. So let's see. What else? Let me see. Okay. So what am I going to do? So at the top third of it, don't let me forget to do a drawing. I want to wait till we're closer into it. During our break, I'll do the drawing. I have these earphones in. It's a little annoying. Okay. So what I'm using is yellow ochre to do this top third. Yellow ochre. Okay. Just plain yellow ochre. And I'm just going to paint that in. And that's not going to take long. And this time I did bring out my blow dryer just because it just looks like it would take forever if I didn't. So I did bring out my blow dryer this time. Now normally those who know, who have painted with me before, I don't take out a blow dryer because I use that for break time. So I encourage breaks. I don't encourage people to sit here for the whole straight hour. And I usually break up the paintings if they look like they're going to go over an hour. I break them up way before that. And I try to split it in half, maybe at least get more than the background in. Excuse me. And then we come back and do the other half. Now with this vacation coming up, I don't know how that's going to work. The vacation and the collaboration, that's why I really kind of want to get this in. So I picked a doozy to try to get in a short amount of time. Another thing that I don't do is stress over trying to be perfect. I think perfection does not go with fibromyalgia. So, you might not want to try that perfection thing because it just makes you tense up while you're painting and kind of ruins everything. You might not know it because you're focused, and then when you go to get up, you can hardly stand up. How do I know this? Because I have it too. Okay, so I'm just getting my edges a little bit. Just touching up the edges a little. Okay. So I'm going to not worry about that part. Yeah, see if Elizabeth is back. Or you might want to, she might be on painting with fibromyalgia. I don't know. But I hope we didn't lose her. I think it might have something to do with where I started, how I started, because I started kind of bad. Now I'm looking for the quinacridone magenta. And I'm going to do the bottom part of the rest of it background with a quinacridone magenta. Okay, now let me know if you have any questions during this. I'll pass this over to George. Since some of this stuff's in my way, I don't need like 3 whole packs of chalk. All right, let's see. Okay, here's my quinacridone magenta. Oh, Elizabeth's back. Okay, can you see everything, Elizabeth? I hope so. Hi, Elizabeth. Can you see? Are you able to see? Do you have the video? Okay, I'm gonna rinse my brush off. And I'm gonna go into the quinacridone magenta. And just straight quinacridone magenta. I might need to deepen it, I'm not sure. But right now I'm just gonna use the straight quinacridone magenta on the bottom part. Got a little too much water in there. Okay, so here we go with that. And it's really dark, but we need that for the contrast because we're going to have white horses. So we really need to give that some contrast. And the top is going to be more of a turquoise color. So you're going to need to get out your phthalo blue when we stop. Get out your phthalo blue and your yellow and your titanium white. If you have Southern Ocean blue, which I think I'm going to use, you can get that out too. Either way, it's going to be a turquoise. So I'm liking this combination already, and it's by accident that I've used this combo before for a background. It's interesting, but the top part is not going to stay that. The top part's going to be mostly turquoise, and then we're going to have some gold. So for the gold, we're going to mix a little of the yellow ochre and some burnt sienna, and that'll give us a goldish color. This right now is just straight quinacridone magenta. Wow, let me turn this thing down. I have all kinds of warnings, noises. Okay, turn that down. There we go. All right. I'm trying not to do the overbrush over the top of the what I already have that's not dry yet, because it will remove what I have down. And I'm just doing kind of like a hash marks, back and forth for that. I went through quite a bit of this. Lots and lots and lots of quinacridone magenta. Well, I'm using my Liquitex one anyway, not my gold one. You know, I'm not a fan of theirs, so every now and then pour Liquitex. They get beat up. It's probably the distributor near me, New Jersey distributor. If I'm gonna point the finger, I might as well point it where it belongs. That's the trouble, I think, more so than the company itself. But then again, who's responsible for quality assurance and the stuff they're putting out and who their distributors are and how much they're controlling the product. Oh, thank you. What size canvas? This is a 16 by 20. I just use the same size we typically do in these tutorials. I think it's just easier. Everybody already has 16 by 20 typically. So, you know, a lot of it is pretty much the same. The colors we all use is pretty much the same as far as basic colors. And the only thing that might vary is the brushes. And you just, you know, kind of have to experiment a little bit and see what feels right to you. Not everybody's in love with the same brushes. Everybody's out there to make money, so you know, you just have to feel it out, see what works for you. I'm going to flip this upside down because with fibro, I don't believe in fighting anything, including the canvas. I have my cheapo easel because everything else is downstairs. I moved everything back upstairs. I'm in my living room, dining room area because it's getting colder down there today or past week. Today I'm hot, of course, but that's how it works. That's my timing. But anyway, I just felt like it was kind of depressing down there. It's a little darker down there, and lighting's an issue, and my feed a lot of times is an issue, the internet. So I thought, let me just avoid that whole thing and come upstairs. The problem I had with the internet this time was more of a very technical issue. And I think the route I was going just is not compatible with my computer. To make a long story very short. So I might just put the events up just to put the events up so you guys can see them. But I have to do it the way I just ended up doing it with the Go Live Now. Because the event for YouTube never worked well for me. So that's why I almost lost everybody for a little bit. Okay. All right, so there's my ground color for the bottom part. All right, and I think this time I'm going to use the blow dryer just to dry this because we didn't do it in advance. Yes, we're going to paint the carousel horse. If you didn't see it on the thumbnail, it looks like this. Let me bring it up closer. Okay, so I cropped this one a little bit. I think this is the one I cropped. So this is what we're doing. It's a fun one. Okay, so that's a glimpse of what we're doing. And we're not going to do it like to the T. There's some little details on here that I think will be a little bit much. So, and I'm going to use my blow dryer, so I don't know. You guys might, let me see if I could turn it down. Okay. Switching over to, so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. Now I'm going to put the mirrored background on here of the top of the carousel. So it has like a mirrored background. It has the oval shaped mirrors, and it has the gold around it, and it has the turquoise. So I'm going to start with the turquoise, okay? I just needed some sort of undercolor and not just white, especially with using a turquoise. Otherwise, you'll see little specks through it. And once you've done that in your lifetime, you'll never do that again. So let's see. I'm looking for, now you can use a combination of, you could use a combination of phthalo blue and a little yellow and a little white, or you could use a little Southern Ocean blue and lighten that up with a little white or a little yellow. And oh, I made a big mess. I'm gonna change water. Change water, change brushes. So the Southern Ocean blue is by Matisse, and it's a structure paint. It's their structure line. Matisse is an Australian company, and I love their paint. I love their colors. They have like such a variety of awesome colors. It looks like a really dark looking, kind of like phthalo blue when you first put it down. It's like phthalo blue, but softer. And I'm gonna mix that with a little titanium white. See what I get. Just got a giant, no, two, I think with a coupon, giant tubes of titanium white. Because we always run out of titanium white. It's like, you can't do a painting without titanium white, right? So I was about out of everything. So I'm excited. I'm excited when I have a new color. Okay, so this is pretty. I think I'm going to add a little yellow to it, little cat yellow to it. It's a very pretty color. Let me show it to you. See if I can get my giant canvas from under here. I'm making life harder for myself right now. See, it's a really pretty color, but it's more blue than it is green. And I want to add just a little touch of yellow to it to give me more of a turquoise color. So here's my cad yellow. I'll throw just a touch on there. Just a little, because I don't want it green either. Okay, see what I have. Yeah, that's pretty. Whatever I do, I need a lot of it, because it's going all the way across. So I need plenty of this. I have my palette knife to scoop it together if I need to. And that's one way of hanging on to your colors and not running out of paint. Paint conservation, they call it. Now this is a very pretty color. So I used mostly Southern Ocean blue and some cad yellow, and uh, titanium white. And this is what I ended up with. This color right here. It's a pretty color. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this paint into here. Um, Here it is. I'm going to paint into here. And what I think I'm going to do is try to make my curves try to make my curves as I go. And we'll see how that works out. But I did dip down into the quinacridone magenta. Okay. Let's see if this works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Kind of doing this freehand. And this looks a little crazy and off, but I'll worry about that later. I don't want too exacting, because too exacting, where's my white? You'll see, when we embellish it, it doesn't have to be so perfect. When we embellish it, it's going to have some like little bubble looking lights around it, some gold and some white. And by the time we get done making it look ornate, you'll see where the imperfection is going to blend in, and it's going to be pretty. So you'll get that part. I'm just reloading my palette paper here with some more of the colors that I already said I had. And I decided to contaminate my yellow at the same time. Okay. So I have a little bit more. Now, Tina, if you're painting along, instead of the Southern Ocean blue, you would be using phthalo blue, yellow, and white. And you'd be getting almost the same color. I just don't like my paints to be sitting here for too many years and then get all gunky and not the same anymore. Okay. Watch me end up with a whole different color. Close. You like the colors? Okay. It has kind of an antique look to it, color-wise. Well, that's what carousel horses are. They're very old. So the colors are kind of old and ornate looking, like old circus colors. The colors that we're usually trying to avoid. Definitely does not go with landscaping. Landscape paintings. You want the opposite of that. So, like I said, we're going to be embellishing this stuff. This is going to come to be the background. It's not going to be the focal point. So I say. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Well, I haven't painted in a while. My arm's getting tired. I don't remember when my arm got tired the last time. Oh, okay. And then this bottom part is just going to be a little bit scalloped. That's all. It's just going to be a little bit just a little scalloped looking. Okay. It's going to have this thing going on. Okay. You guys can hear me okay? Am I getting too quiet? Um, I might be able to do that. Uh, we don't do the reference photos exactly. That's the only problem with that. I don't want to steer you wrong. That's where your trust has to come in. Okay. But I know what you mean. I used to be really hung up on needing to see the reference photo. I'm not even looking at the reference photo. And that's a tip that I forgot to give you guys. Um, when it comes to fibromyalgia, I'm gonna take a break here. I know those aren't perfect. I'm gonna take a break here. They're not gonna be perfect. Um, looks like I'm painting flowers. uh, so, yeah. So anyway, here's the deal. I used to be, and when you want to do realistic, like super realistic pictures, yes, you do want to be really close to your reference photo, I guess, because like say you're painting a bird, or like my owl picture that I did, I wanted those feathers look really looking like feathers. And so yeah, I was really into it. But then I found with the fibromyalgia, when that started kicking in good, I no longer could. I'm letting this dry while I yak and chat with you guys. I no longer could get that hyper focus. Let me switch over so you can see me. I couldn't do that anymore. That hyper focus where I'm like so tied to the reference photo, and I didn't know how to get away from it. So I talked to one of our artist friends. I think it was Stephanie Bergeron. I believe it was her. And I said, you know what? I'm having trouble being tied to so tied to the reference photo that I'm getting so tensed up all the time, and I don't know how to get out of that. And she gave me a nice little tip, but she's a very all around, I'd say, well rounded artist. So she does a little of everything. But anyway, right away, she was so willing to help because, well, I wasn't going to her just for that. We were playing, doing art game. This was many months ago. And she said, what you do is you look at okay, good. what she said was you look at the reference photo and you just study it and you look at it and you look at the different aspects of it and then you put it away. And that kind of became a habit. It took me a while. Um, yes, you take a break. This is what we do. This is when we take a break and we stretch and we do our arms and get up, go to the bathroom. This is when we take a break. So I got away from being tied to the reference photo, and that's when my style changed a little bit. That's when I started um, just painting in a more relaxed fashion. And if you watch some of my tutorials, you'll see that. You'll see that my I just don't get all like tensed up anymore. I just don't do that anymore. It's just not. It's just not good when you have fibro, you know. So what I do is I look at the photo, I look at the reference photo, and I know what's on the what you could do in order to see it more often, because now you can't see it, is when you see my thumbnail, you could print it off of my thumbnail. But don't have it in front of you the whole time you're painting. But this is a good time for me to give you a glimpse, because that doesn't mean never glimpse it. But I don't know if you could see the background too good. See the background? And you might want to know where you're going with this, because I used to feel that way too. Like, let me know where I'm going with this. See the background? I don't know. It's a mirror image on my thing, so it's really hard to get it right. Here we go. See the mirrors and see the ornateness and the gold and see the little scallops on the bottom and the little doodads and all that. By the time we get done with all that stuff, um, are you painting now, Dorothy? Anyway, by the time we add all that stuff, we really don't have to worry about the perfection and all that. Okay, are you painting right now today? Because I'll try to have one up for you for later. All right. Um, I'll put a traceable of the horse for you for later. And then there's horses' heads and horses, in front and back a little bit. Okay, Cheryl, were you on here before? I don't remember seeing you. Who all's here? Now is a good time to take a number. I see that we have 13 watching. So, okay, you'll do it, Dorothy, you'll do it later? Okay, I'll try to do that. I'll have my assistant here remind me. That's going to happen. Let me see. I need names. I need names. Who wants to volunteer to do that? Maybe one of my moderators can take some names down. And when you get to 13 names, if you could rattle them off to me, that would be wonderful. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Joanne. Oh, if you're on here watching, you better say something, because you're going to miss out if you don't. Okay, honey, I'm going to give you some names to write down. I have my little paper for the drawing.
I need a pen.
Okay. All right, so here we go. You see me mixing them. You see it's going to be blind. Oh, I'll see. I'll think about that. Okay. You know what, Yvonne? If UK or Australia, I'll have you guys, if you win, I'll have you pick the next month's cover photo for the group. Okay? All right. All right. I'll see what happens. I have enough anyway to mix them up. If I take them all out now, there won't be enough to mix them up. Okay, here we go. I'll close my eyes. I'm not looking. Okay, so you see that was fair. Drum roll. Yvonne. Okay, Yvonne, since you volunteered, I'll let you pick out the next cover photo. You're in our group, right? I'll give you something else. Okay. Now let me pick out another one. One that's not like a million miles away. Okay, let's see. All right. Dorothy. Dorothy, are you in the UK too? Yes. I love my UK friends. They're so nice. Okay, let me see. I'll have to think of something else for you too. Okay, let's see. One more. Esther. Esther. Are you local? I think you are. Oh, that was hard. Okay. And Tina, I'm not worried about you because I owe you some happy mail anyway, so don't even worry about it. You're not in this contest. Okay. All right. So I took out Dorothy and I took out Yvonne, but I'll think of something. I'll think of something for you guys that does not require postage. How's that? Now, we are going to start with the gold ornate stuff. No, let's start with the pearly white stuff. So I'm going to take some titanium white. And I think after this, after we play around with the mirrors and stuff like that, um, I'm going to say this was part one because it's already 8:13. So I'm just going to do a little bit more. We're going to put some yellow ochre on the mixed with the titanium white to give it more of a pearly white look. And there's like some, they look like fake flower looking things. I'm going to use a smaller brush and they look like they're going to be flowers. They have like 4 and 3, and they're kind of on each side of the what's going to be mirrors. So I'm taking a little yellow ochre and I'm mixing it in some titanium white to give it a little bit of color. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make these little round, little round things. I need a little bit more yellow ochre in here. Little round dabs. And just kind of like that. And they just kind of look like flowers. And when we get done, they're going to look more like flowers because the stems are going to be kind of a gold thing. So these are just like little dabs. Oops, that was a big one. All right, so this is what we're doing here. I put just a little bit of okay, just a little bit. Okay, so that's that for that. Okay, now that's going to be only part of it. Then we're going to have some of this over here coming, little kind of scallopy things on the mirror edge. That's why I said I'm not worried about getting these perfect because they're going to be covered up anyway. So just little dabs that start on the bottom part and then work their way up like that. kind of like that. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing here. Just a little dab, so it's kind of working their way up. Can't get over how fast my arm's getting tired. Okay, and a little bit more yellow ochre mixed in the titanium white and making some little dabs like this. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to barely be done with the background, and we're just going to have to do the horses later. I have to figure out my working schedule. It might be during the week like it was before when we had to split it up. It might be during the week before we go. Like maybe right after the fall painting. The fall painting is going to be really simple. I'm not going to make that complicated at all. Okay, so it looks more polka dotty on there. It doesn't look so weird in person. And then we're going to take this gold color, which is, it's going to be a mixture of burnt sienna and yellow ochre. Burnt sienna and yellow ochre. And I have a small brush. Oh, this is my nasty Liquitex burnt sienna that's already separating, and it's a full container, which that's what I was talking about. It has the little lumpiness to it, and it should not. And yellow ochre. Really not happy about that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is mix a little bit of the, oh, I have titanium white on the thing, but I don't care. A little bit of the burnt sienna with the yellow ochre, and it gives me more of a golden color, kind of a coppery color, coppery gold. And I need more of the yellow ochre than the burnt sienna. And this is what I'm achieving. So this is what I have. I end up with like a coppery gold color, and that's what we're going to put on this mirror on the edge. And I'm going to do that thing. It gives it more of that ornate look, that patina. So I'm just dabbing, literally dabbing all the way around that. Okay, and I'm going to do that on all of them. I'm going to do that dab. Now you see it's starting to look a little circusy. See that now? I'm going to a little bit more of the burnt sienna and the yellow ochre, and I'm dabbing. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab. Okay. And then I have that one over there that's lonely and asking why I skipped it. And dab, dab, dab. Okay. See, that's starting to, now you can't see it really close up. Oh, you have the names for me. Okay, read the names out because I might have to do it again. I don't want to do that thing where one person wins and then they didn't think they won. Hang on to them though. I still might do something special. I have to put my thinking cap on. Okay, so we did that. Now this is what else we're going to do. Same on the small side brush, and we're going to now join these flowers together, sort of, and make the little swirls. Make the little swirls that kind of connect these. Oops. That was still wet, so I'm going to skip that one. Make the swirls that connect these. And it just, like I said, it gives it that ornate look. Well, I paint it right across one of them. And I'm just giving a little swirl. And doing the same here. And the ones I painted across, I'll fix. Okay. And then I'm going to come down a little bit with the same combination of burnt sienna and yellow. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this thing. Dab. Dab down here. And I'm going to dab down here. Oh. Dab down here. Okay, dab down here. So you've seen those old mirrors. We have one somewhere, and it has that. It has that busyness with the gold, with the dark gold patina stuff on it. And if you need to go up into the which I think you do need to do, go into the, while it's wet, into the burnt sienna. Okay, go into the burnt sienna and go on top of this gold, and it gives it that patina, that antique thing. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring this a little closer so you can see how it's kind of coming to life. See how it's coming to life? There's more of a background that looks like it's in a circus. And then I want to take that gold, that green, and we'll pull that back out. And I just want to make take a small brush. And I just want to make some swirls with the green. And get this. Oh my. Okay. I just want to take that turquoise and then make some swirls. And just do this. Make some swirls. More of a all right, so now see, it's getting the busyness that it needed. Okay, and that's kind of it. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting the gold braiding, those, you know, the poles. We're going to be blending the poles in, and see, all of this stuff is going to start falling to the background, especially when it starts darkening up and everything. All of this stuff is going to fall to the background. You're not going to see it as much. You're going to be paying attention to the horses, But this is your background. This is your, you know, your background color. You're just little, oh, that was a little too dark. Okay, so that's what you have. Some little long S's. Let me see some feedback. Okay, so it's a hot mess and you just glad to hang out? My paintings do start out like that. They really do. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here. And then the next time, all we'll have to do is the braiding. I say braiding because they're poles, but they have like a braided look to them. That's really pretty. And if you want, in the meantime, you can go ahead and buy yourself a gold paint if you want, but you don't have to. I'm just going to add, what I'm going to do is add I'm going to add some white to the burnt sienna and the yellow ochre, and it'll give it, and some yellow, and that'll give it more of a gold look. So you really don't have to go out and buy gold, but if you want to, you can. And then we're going to be using a ruler because we're going to need a straight edge. So when this is all when this is all dry, we're going to be adding the poles, you know, in certain spots for the top of the horses with a ruler. And then after that, we're going to use we're going to start doing the horses. Okay, so that's it for now. And I'm going to switch over so you can see it. Let me switch it over. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, transition. Okay, can you see it a little bit better? Oh, you got cold. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I'm talking about what Tina said, not the picture. Yeah, I'm going to be putting a little bit of a silvery reflection going across on these, and then that's going to give it a mirrored look. So, okay. All right. So that's it. That's it for now. I hope everybody enjoyed it. That's part of our background, and you can see it on here. Some similarities. It's just a little clearer. And then when we put our horse's head in there, and then we put our poles in there, that stuff's going to blend to the background. It's not going to be so you know, so obvious, so stark. Okay? So that's how it's going to look. All righty. Yeah, we did the draw. I don't know who I said won now. I forget. Oh, Esther won. Esther won the draw. And um, and Yvonne, you're going to choose, you know the group photo of the month? You're going to choose the next group photo of the month. Part two, I'll let you know as soon as I can. I have to look at my work schedule. It's going to be very soon. We're going to be leaving. We're going to be going out of the country very soon. So I have to cram all this stuff in. All right. So I'll let you know as soon as I can. All right. So, I mean, as far as the part two. Okay. So I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you on Facebook. How's that? I'll talk to you on Facebook. Let me see. Let me get my big head in here. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, it looks a little scary right now. It has that creepy carnival look to it. But it'll be fine when we get the horses and stuff on there. Thank you everybody for joining us. Maybe I'll finish this one and then do another one so that you guys kind of have an idea what it's going to look like, okay? All right. Thanks, everybody. See you in a little while. Mwah, mwah. Bye-bye.